In prime time, can Lettuce remain the champs? Find out tonight. The Old Style Super 16-inch Softball League is sponsored in part by Old Style Beer. By The Score, Sports Radio 820, your sports radio champion. By De Beer, the makers of the new Clinch Your Gold series. By the Chicago Sun-Times, the smart choice. And by Finlandia Vodka. If you're looking for the best 16-inch softball players in the world, you've come to the right place. This is the Forest Park Park District, one of the homes of the Old Style Super 16-inch Softball League. And hello again, everyone. I'm Steve Kashul. Welcome to the Old Style Super 16-inch Softball League here on Sports Channel. Join me once again, Mike North. Mike, we've got a classic confrontation. Two unbeatens, Old Style prime time going against Lettuce.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve, tonight's the game of all games. You have Lettuce in the National League 6-0. You have Old Style Primetime 8-0. You have interleague play in this softball game tonight. I'll tell you what, Old Style Primetime has the upper hand on Lettuce as far as this year goes. The other night in Mount Prospect, in fact, last night they beat them 14-4.
Wow.
So Lettuce tonight has to come back. It's sort of a revenge type game. You have a combined record in this league between the two teams of 14-0. This is the best that softball can offer. Two best teams in softball right now, Steve.
It's classic defense against classic power of all the stats and stories. And the opening lineups coming up right after this short timeout.
Old Style ice? Oh, yeah. It's gotta be 95 degrees out there. You think she'll be out there soon? Oh, yeah. She'll be out there. She's the sun goddess. Yeah. You might want to turn over. Really? It's just my back burns so easy. Okay.
We're talking Cubs baseball. Pete from Palatine, look alive.
Yo, Tom.
Eddie.
Wrigley Field. I mean, I call in sick twice
Eddie.
a month. Sunshine, Ivy, Harry. I'm a bleacher bum.
But a bum with good taste.
The Score, Sports Radio 820.
Hey, it's a Chicago thing.
Now, Jack, when you see Mother, be sure not to call her.
Wally from Wheaton. Walter, you're on the Score.
Yeah, Murph, that last caller, he said Mark Grace was the best first baseman in town. Has he ever heard of Frank Thomas? Come on.
The Score, Sports Radio 820.
Hey, it's a Chicago thing.
Ford Ranger, GMC Sonoma. Two nicely loaded vehicles. Let's look at the numbers. Standard horsepower, payload capacity, highway miles per gallon, standard fuel capacity, the totals, and now the price. There you have it, mathematical proof. It doesn't take a genius to see that GMC Sonoma gives you a lot more than Ford Ranger for less. See your Chicagoland and Northern Indiana dealers, proud sponsors of World Cup soccer.
Steve Kashul, Mike North, our producer-director Tim Sutton, back with you. Best of 16-inch softball prime time against Lettuce tonight. Mike North, set the lineups.
All right, first of all, for Lettuce, we have Johnny Kelleher, who's going to be DHing. Mike Lopez will be in center field. Kenny Cooper will be the catcher tonight. Tommy Duddleston will be playing short center. Great player Bobby Lopez will be playing second base. Frankie Mastari will be returning to shortstop. Matt Biondic will be in right field. Frankie Mione will be in left field. He's playing with a broken finger tonight, but I think he'll be all right. Davey Rule will be at third base, and Dave Bischoff is the pitcher. Bobby Russ is at first base. Defensively for prime time, from left to right, we have left field Joe Dooley, center field Larry Downs, right field Randy Russ. From third to first, at third base, Billy Finnegan, shortstop Rich Vila, short center Forgetto, second baseman Johnny O'Connor, first base Filkins, pitching Egg Zarnik, and catching Kurt Udall.
All right, Mike, we're ready to go. Lettuce up first. They're the visitors tonight, Johnny Kelleher. Boy, does this guy have a tradition behind him.
He's one of the best in the business. There's no doubt about that. And Egg Zarnik is the man on the mound. Egg Zarnik, for everybody who's not familiar, has been the most valuable player in the world. He's been an All-American. This guy's been around the block more than once.
Kelleher goes to short. Richie Villa up with it. One out.
Richie Villa with a quick release on that play.
So Mike Lopez will stand in. He's a center fielder. Wearing number 2.
Mikey Lopez, formerly from March.
Nicknamed
made a name for himself in Mount Prospect, among other places. Out here tonight at Forest Park.
How about this nickname, Michael? Speedy Gonzalez.
Well, you know, he's got the Mexican name, so they got to put the Gonzalez in there.
But he flies out to Larry Downs, and very quickly, Ake Zarnik is retired 2 in a row.
Well, Ake Zarnik is one of these guys that likes to throw a knuckleball. Hey, guys, you say, how can you throw a knuckleball? You can in this game, and Ake Zarnik has perfected pitching as well as you can perfect pitching.
Here's the number 3 hitter, Kenny Cooper. He's a high school coach and teacher. Came over from Splinters, which is also known as Prime Time, the team in the field.
Old style Prime Time. Cooper, one of the all-time greats.
Goes to left, but that's real easy for Joel Dooley. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We'll go to the bottom of the first. We're scoreless.
All right, we're ready to go with the Prime Time lineup, Steve. And for Prime Time, we got probably the best young talent in softball leading off. We have Randy Russ in right field. Joe Dooley will be playing center field. Excuse me, Joe Dooley will be in left field. Billy Finnegan will be at third base. Johnny O'Connor will be at second base. Larry Downs will be playing center field. Kurt Udall will be the catcher. Paul Brzezinski will be the DH. Wally Filkins, one of the all-time greats, will be playing first base. Ake Zarnik, another great, will be pitching. Mark Forgetto will be playing short center, and Richie Villa will be playing shortstop. Defensively, from left to right, Mione, Lopez, Biondic. And from third to first, you have Rule at third, Mastari at short, Duddleson at short center, Lopez at second base, Russ at first base, with the pitcher tonight, Bischoff, and the catcher, Kenny Cooper.
Randy Russ will lead it off for Prime Time.
You're going to like this kid, Randy Russ. I played ball for Randy Russ last year at Portage Park. This guy can do it all. Michael Bolton saying that Randy Russ is the best talent he's seen in a long, long time. Offered him $30,000 to play with Bolton's All-Stars out in Beverly Hills.
They say 25, but his dad told me tonight he just had a birthday, so now he's 20.
He's a meter reader. He makes at least $20,000 more doing that with the stuff he gets on the side.
You know, he works with his dad. Bob Russ Sr. was the manager of this old-style primetime team.
Was he a bundle? Bobby Russ Sr. Had the opportunity to meet him last year and play some ball games with him. One of the best 16-inch hitters ever.
Base hit to right. Prime Time getting their first runner on, and that's so important in this game, Michael.
And that's exactly what I was saying about Randy Russ. Randy Russ going the other way, sees the hole, shoots for the alley. The guy's just got a gauge for the game that a lot of young players at his age don't have. Not only that, he played at Lewis College. The guy was a ball player that I think could have played in the major leagues. Now we have Joe Dooley coming up for the ball club.
Fly ball, deep center. But Mike Lopez has no problems. He'll bring that in. And here comes Randy Russ at second base.
Randy Russ on a fly ball to center field takes the extra base. And it wasn't a deep fly ball, Steve. It was a medium fly ball, and he ends up taking the extra base.
Here's Billy Finnegan, one of my favorite kids. Why? I went to high school with this young man.
Is that why he's your favorite?
Oh, one of my favorites, yeah. Great guy, Billy Finnegan. A true power hitter in 16-inch softball. George Bliss will tell you this kid can knock him out with
computer software industry. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going with the 1-on-1 count tonight to speed things along. That's not unusual in tournaments and also in some league play.
Billy Finnegan goes to the short center fielder. Good pickup by Tommy Duddleson. The throw is bad. Russ will go to third. Finnegan holds it first.
You know, this is the same predicament that let us get themselves in time and time again. Now, right now they're 29-9. Now everybody's going away getting on their back. Well, this is the worst record they've had in the last 4 years. They always seem to fall behind or have problems in the first, second, third, fourth inning. Then they start to wake up. They got to start waking up early.
Billy Finnegan told me before the game, whoever plays the better defense will win this ball game.
This is a home run hitter, Johnny O'Connor, who last night hit 3 home runs at Mouse Park.
And he finds the gap between center and right. One runs in. Here comes Finnegan. Johnny O'Connor has a 3-run home run. Prime Time leads at 3-0.
You know, people were thinking tonight that because there's no fences out here at Forest Park, Steve, that he might try to dump the ball, which means half swing it and try to drop it in front of the fielders. But no, he goes to right center field. Dave Bischoff really right now just laying the ball in. After Tommy Hoyne got lit up last night, they said, who should we go with? Let's go with Bischoff. The same thing's happening to Bischoff that happened to Hoyne. You cannot throw curveballs. You cannot throw fastballs. Watch this. Very nice hit into the alley. Very nice hit into the alley.
George Bliss thinks it's a 300-footer. 3-0, bottom of 1. This is Larry Downs. Good pickup on Mastari. Frank can't throw him out, though.
Larry Downs doing what every fast left-handed hitter should do. Hit the ball on the ground to the left side. The shortstop bobbles it. He was already to first base by the time Astari looked at it.
Incredible speed for Larry Downs. He played with Lettuce, came over to this team this year.
Kurt Udel's coming up right now, and this guy's another strong hitter. This guy can do it all.
I think he looks like Dan McNeil a little bit.
In other words, you're saying he's overweight and he's got a beard and he's got long hair.
No, I never said that. I played golf with McNeil. I saw McNeil playing golf the other day in the score golf outing, and McNeil doesn't have a beard anymore. You see
the way he said score. He hit to drive 340 yards.
There's a shot, fair ball down the left field line. Look at Downs. They don't even try to get him at home, folks. He's in safely all the way around first. Incredible speed, and Udel's in right there with a double.
He went right with the pitch on that play. Didn't try to do anything fancy with it. He went right with the pitch and it's up hit.
4-0 prime time. Only one out.
Perfectly placed. Nobody's going to stop him.
Paul Brzezinski's coming up.
4-0. But a 10-0 lead isn't safe with the Lettuce Ball Club.
The batter is Paul Brzezinski, 20 years as a softball player. We asked him why he plays. He says, I play for the fun of it. That's the whole idea of it. Ground ball, short center fielder, shouldn't have a problem. They get the out right there, 2 outs in the inning. Udall going to third.
But Udall advances to third base. 2 outs, base hit will score him easily. A base hit will not score him from second base necessarily, so it was a nice move.
And here comes Wally Filkins, nicknamed Silky. He played football at Fresno State. He calls this 1994 his final year of softball.
I don't know. Everybody says that. I said that for about 10 years. I played 10 years more.
Dumps one to left fielder over. No problem for Frank Mione, and they're finally out of the inning, but a lot of damage was done. 4 runs, the big shot. John O'Connor, 3-run home run. End of 1, prime time up 4.
Pool the Master's Way and learn from the best. 2 of America's favorite instructional videos are now available only through this special TV offer. Get tips from Steve Miserak, Pretty Boy Floyd, Iwo Mataya, and other pool greats. Now, for a limited time, you can order both videos for the price of one. Learn the secrets of breaks, banks, defense, position, angles, and trick shots like the Massey and the jump.
Take it from me, The Miz. When you purchase Pool the Master's Way and learn from the best, you'll learn everything you need to know how to shoot pool like a pro. With these 2 tapes, you can do almost anything, except beat me.
World champion Steve Miserak takes you through the best ways to improve your game. Call the number on your screen and we'll send you this wonderful 2-video cassette collection for just $19.95 plus postage and handling.
2 for the price of 1? How can you go wrong?
These videos have never been offered together and are only being offered for a limited time. Call now. Have your credit card ready. An operator is waiting for your call. Sorry, no CODs. Call now.
Back at the Forest Park District, prime time with 4 on the board in the bottom of the first. We're at the top of the second. Tommy Duddleson for Lettuce standing in right now. He'll be followed by Bobby Lopez and Frank Mastari.
The umpires for tonight's game, Rusty Carlson is doing home plate, and Mike White, my old buddy from last week, doing the bases.
Not Mike Brown.
No, Mike Brown couldn't make it tonight.
Mike White. There's a line shot base hit Lettuce with their first base hit of the game as Tommy Duddleson reaches. And Bobby Lopez, the second baseman, will stand
Tommy Duddleson's known more for his defense than he is for his hitting, but he's still a fine hitter. He hits with power, comes through with a base hit right up the center field alley.
And here's Bobby Lopez. Nicknamed Lopes, construction worker.
I thought he might be nicknamed, you know, Gonzalez again or something. Speedy Gonzalez, Heavy Gonzalez, Tommy Gonzalez.
And a classic nickname right there. You're looking at Eggs Zarnik. Here's Bobby Lopez.
Well, he's built like an egg, Steve. That's why they have him like that.
1 on, nobody out. Up the middle, the Eggs. They'll try to get 2. Short center for 1. They got the double play. The defense coming through for old style prime time.
You don't do that to Egg Zarnik. Egg Zarnik lives for that. Egg Zarnik getting the double play in that situation. Ball hit right back to him. Easiest thing a pitcher can have. 1 hop right back to him. Boom. You do not go up the middle at the pitcher in the first place when it's Egg Zarnik. And second of all, you don't go up the middle when there's a man on first base. I don't understand what he was doing in that play. Eggs, of course, the only player to win MVP of the Nationals.
And here's Frank Mastari. Talk about MVP, the 1993 MVP Nationals, hitting .600 with 6 home runs up the middle. base hit. Frank Vestari, a former member of the Los Angeles Dodgers in their minor league organization.
Well, this guy won the MVP of the '93 Nationals, like you said, hitting .600 with 6 home runs. He breaks up games with 1 swing. He's an ex-player, of course, with the Dodgers. He still holds record at Illinois State University. You got to watch this guy. These are the kind of guys that are going to make softball even more popular on Sports Channel, Steve.
Here's the right fielder, Matt Biondic. This is a hard-nosed ball player right here. He goes left side, right down the line. Fair ball. Frank Vestari will try to score easily. He will as they go to second. Biondic's in with a double. Lettuce is on the board.
Nice play by Biondic, going the other way. Saw some space between the bag and third base. Hits it right down the line. That's an automatic score on Musteri. Shifts his body. Hits it perfectly. The third baseman, even if he has a chance to pick it up, isn't going to throw him out at first base, and then you'd have 2 runners on. Instead, it gets by him, and they end up scoring.
Here's Frank Mione right now playing, as Mike said at the top of the broadcast, with an injured thumb.
Guy looks like he should be collecting. Going, hey, you're down $2 grand. Come up with the dough.
29 years old from the Northwest side.
I want him as my accountant. I might save some money.
Frankie Mione.
Full count, 3-2.
2 outs in the inning, 1 on, runner on second.
Frankie, of course, Italian with the customary gold chain around his neck.
4-1 game. Up the middle. Eggs can't handle this one. Short center fielder won't have a play. They go back to third.
Once again,
Biondic in.
They're playing with fire when they're hitting the ball up on the best defensive pitcher in the game, the best pitcher in the game, in my opinion, Eggs Arnott, now that Mike Tallow has retired. He slowed it up. He saves a run by that. If he doesn't slow it up, maybe he gets into the outfield and the runner scores. He's a handsome man, Eggs Arnott, isn't he?
He is. You see Joey Z right there, the third base coach.
Joey Zimmerman.
Rich Melman's partners. This is Dave Rule, named by the Sun-Times the best all-around player in the 16-inch game.
Well, Dave Rule's good. I don't know if I'd go that far, but Dave Rule's a good player. Goes from third to short, short to third.
And this time goes to short, hitting. Good play right there. And Mike North will say once again, why do you slide, right?
Well, you don't slide into first base, first of all. Second of all, Dave Rule is not the best all-around player in the game. He's a great player, but he does not have the batting average or the power to go along with being the best all-around player. There is not a better fielder in the game, and I'd put him about 500 as far as hitters concerned. 1
run, 4 hits. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's a 4-1 game.
My buddy Eggs Arnott from the Oriole Park neighborhood. Let me explain something to everybody out there. Eggs Arnott hitting 457 right now. In softball, 500 is like 300 in the major leagues. 400 is like 200. So he's hitting 457. He'd be equivalent to about a 257 hitter in Major League Baseball or in hardball.
Tommy Eggs Arnott goes to the gap, tries to find it, but oh, the center fielder, Mike Lopez, has trouble. He almost overran it right there.
You know, I don't know if they're having trouble with the lights out there. I remember last week when we did the game, Steve, a couple players had trouble with lights, but it seems like he thought the ball was going to hang a little longer. He ran, and he ran by it. This is a ball he's definitely got to have. It seems like he catches it behind him or tries to catch it behind him, which is absolutely the case. Just lost the gauge out and might have knuckled on him.
Runner on first, Mark Forgetto right now, the short center fielder. He goes to the right side. Biondic is there, no problem, 1 out in the inning.
Good idea, tried to get it in the air, goes behind the runner, but he's got to hit the ball on the ground. I'll tell you what, that pizza smells good.
It's excellent.
But I got a stogie in my mouth right now. I'm having a great time. And Steve, I will say this, they have no washroom facilities this week. Last week I had to take a leak into the cup, and I left it in over the weekend, and ended up stinking up the joint for the Little League kids on Monday.
Oh, no. They've done a heck of a job here at the Forest Park District, and it's a new booth.
Gave us a new booth, opened up 2 windows. They got AstroTurf here. In fact, I was hitting ground balls to you before the game. It was enjoyable.
It was good, and I fielded them all.
You did. You didn't miss one. I was surprised.
Surprised. Richie Villa up right now. Or do you say Villa? Oh, right through the legs of the second baseman, Bobby Lopez, and there's that defensive problem that Lettuce has been having, Mike.
That is an out that they got to make. Richie Villa hitting about 360 right now. 360 not once again being good in softball.
3rd error tonight on Lettuce.
They're playing tight right now. They just are playing tight. He hits the ball on the ground. That should be an easy out. The man misses the play. And I'll tell you something right now. If Lettuce doesn't stop it right now, this game's going to get out of hand because you cannot give either one of these teams extra outs.
Top of the order, Randy Russ batting here. Bottom of the second.
He's only hitting 650.
He pops this one up. Left fielder's over. Tommy Eggs-Arnick tagging. Good speed by Eggs. They go to second. Everyone's safe. It's a 5-1 game.
I don't know if I cut that ball off. If I'm Bischoff, I let the ball go through because the man's going to go from first to second anyway, even if it is cut off. I don't think I would have cut off. Randy Russ hitting 650, trying to be the ultimate team player. Now check this. Why are you cutting this ball off? That ball's got him beat. What is he doing? Bad play by Dave Bischoff. The catcher didn't say anything. He's got to tell him, hey, let it go through. He didn't say anything, so Bischoff uses his own deal, and he cuts it off.
2 outs in the inning. Joe Dooley flied out to the center fielder his last time up.
Joe Dooley hitting right on the 500 mark right now.
Goes to left this time. He's finding the gap. Left fielder Frank Mione over. Good grab by Mione, and they're finally out of the inning. But another run comes through for Prime Time.
An unnecessary run as far as I'm concerned. You cannot give Prime Time any more runs. But once again, any one of these teams is capable of putting a 7 or 8 1 inning together. 1
run, no hits. We'll go to the top of the third. It's 5-1.
Okay, on the can of Old Style, there's a story that involves a little frog. And for years, people have played Find the Frog. So before you take a sip, you have to find the frog.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Begin.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Really?
Nice work. There's a little Viking on here, too.
Yeah, I saw it with the helmet. It's back here.
Here's what it costs to buy the Chicago Tribune. Here's what you save by buying the Sun-Times instead. As your savings pile up, you also get award-winning news, sports, entertainment, travel, Roger Ebert, Richard Roeper, Cup, and more. All that plus a savings over the Tribune's newsstand price that stacks up to $60 a year. Get all the news you want and save $60 too when you switch to the Sun-Times. Smart choice.
Happy anniversary, Sports Channel. Happy 10th anniversary.
It's been great.
I'd like to wish the Sports Channel
Happy 10th anniversary, Sports Channel.
I guess it's 10 years of great sports.
10 and counting. Happy anniversary, Sports Channel.
I'd like to wish Sports Channel a happy 10th anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Sports Channel.
Thanks for this 10 great years.
Happy 10th anniversary, Sports Channel.
Happy 10th anniversary, Sports Channel. It's been great. Thanks for having me on.
Top of the third, it's a 5-1 game. Davey Bischoff goes to short.
And that's what any good team wants in a game of softball. The first out, nobody on base, 2 outs to go. The line drive was hit, but it wasn't hit hard at all. Shortstop had no problem pulling it in.
Richie Bill with a good play there. So 1 out in the inning, and here comes Bobby Russ. Now, of course, his dad and his brother play for Prime Time. Bobby said, I want to play for the national champions.
Which he did last year, and he's a great first baseman, also a great hitter.
Some of the softest hands you'll ever see.
He hangs out with me during the offseason. That explains the 20-pound gain that he's put on during the offseason.
Well, what do you guys do?
Oh, we just have a good time.
And he's a little dump hitter right there to left field. Big guy batting in the last position. Has a single.
I'll say this. Bobby Russ is the best 11th hitter, not only in the game of softball, but in any game. Bobby Russ has no business batting 11th on this team. There's a lot of other guys that can bat 11th, but Bobby Russ should never bat 11th. The guy's awesome.
Shows how good the team is. Nicknamed Silk, and he showed why right there.
Hitting .536 going in.
Here's Johnny Kelleher, bounced out to the shortstop, Villa, his last time up. Johnny Kelleher goes to the gap this time. He's got a single. Russ going to third. Lettuce starting to get something going. Runners on first and third with 1 out.
Been on 10 national champs. The guy's bat control is unbelievable. You saw what he did there. Knew he wanted to go over to second baseman. Exactly what he did. Hey, is the cigar bothering you, Steve?
I love it. Cuban?
No, I think it's from Waukegan.
Probably.
I got a Waukegan cigar.
Either that or Melrose Park,
You're
right?
eating pizza, I'm smoking cigars. Between us, we're having a good time.
I love it. Mike Lopez right now, 1 out, 2 on. Lettuce down 4. Lopez goes to the gap. Is that in? Great catch right there by Larry Downs, the speedster. It's going to go down as a sac fly, though, as Bobby Russ scores, making it a 5-2 game.
Goes down as a sac fly. Could have very easily been a double. Could have very easily gotten by him, but the guy's a clutch player out there. Comes up with a big out.
Great catch right there by Larry Downs. Here's Kenny Cooper. Flew out to the left fielder his last time up.
Kenny Cooper, he's a high school coach. He came over from the Splinters, so there's no love lost there. You know they want to get this guy out. There's a couple guys on this Lettuce Ball Club that came over from primetime Old Style.
Ground ball, short center fielder. He'll go to first. No problem right there on the out of the inning, as Mark Frighetto delivers to Wally Filkins. 1 run, a couple of hits. We will move to the bottom of the third. It's a 5-2 game.
Come on, Bill, give me a stop, Bill.
Billy Finnegan. The guy is eating corned beef and cabbage as he hits a fly ball, and Steve Kashul's eating pizza, so I thought I'd take that over that play by play.
I'm done with the pizza. Billy Finnegan flies deep.
Billy Finnegan hitting 558 coming in, so that's a big out for the Lettuce Ball Club. What they'll try to do now is get a 3 up, 3 down. They haven't done that tonight. It's the third inning. The game 5-2. By the way, Paul Galloway from the Chicago Tribune is up in the booth tonight, checking things out. I expect nothing but good things to be written about you and I, Cash. He's never seen big-time pros.
Perfect.
In the offing.
Smoking cigars and eating pizza. Johnny O'Connor's up right now. Big 3-run home run in the bottom of the first. The big blow so far. It's a 5-2 game here.
He had 3 home runs last night. Don't come into him, Bischoff. If you want to pitch around him, you can. Nope.
Line shot. Oh, right through the hands of the short center fielder, Tommy Duddleson.
Oh, what a tremendous play. The center fielder comes up with it, throws the batter out. Nice tag applied.
Mikey Lopez coming up with the throw. It was a shot, though.
Well, nice pickup. The throw with the sweep tag. Right there, right on the hip. Just got him in the nick of time.
Fishy, you're the best.
Here's Larry Downs right now. The speeds that we've been talking about. This time he goes to center. Mike Lopez, no problem. They're out of the inning. So, well, primetime tried to get something across. But it ends up 3 up, 3 down.
Sports Channel, there when it counts. Discover the hidden secrets of America's finest baseball school in a professional instructional videotape. Teaching the mechanics of the Major League Swing features professional scout and instructor Tom Umansky and the same award-winning tested under fire techniques that have produced baseball world's back-to-back-to-back AAU national championship teams. Coach Umansky's study and analysis of thousands of baseball's best professional swings has yielded a no less than revolutionary approach to consistent hitting. It's proven, and you'll love its easy-to-understand, step-by-step video training methods. Teaching the mechanics of the Major League Swing benefits players of all ages and ability levels. A valuable addition to any coach's library, too, and it makes a great gift. Thousands have been sold at $39.95, but if you'll call now and use your credit card, you'll pay only $29.95. Call 1-800-341-6699 for your copy of Teaching the Mechanics of the Major League Swing. That's 1-800-341-6699. This is the tape that gets results.
Ig Zarnik working on a 5-2 lead right now for prime time. Lettuce coming up here in the top of the fourth. Tommy Duddleson, base hit in the second inning.
And it's 1-1 count, so these guys are going to swing at the first or second pitch every single time.
2 for 2 for Duddleson, another base hit.
See, because if the pitcher throws the first one in on a 1-1 count, they're down in the hole already 1-2. So the first good pitch that looks good to these batters, they're going to take, Steve. And we got Paul Galloway on with us. Paul, this is something different than watching Major League Baseball, isn't it?
Well, it is. I wish I could see a little better through the cigar smoke. I think I see them moving around out there, and it is.
He slid early, That's a Waukegan cigar, though.
It's a Waukegan cigar, straight from Sabanjan. Old Cash over there in Waukegan, the former mayor.
Bobby Lopez, foul ball to the left side.
So where's the photographer, Paul? Did you bring the photographer up for me and Cash or what?
I noticed you're dressed in black, matching the Let Us Entertain You.
No, we're dressed in black because we look heavier when we wear other colors.
That does slim you down. You look very attractive.
Exactly.
I'm sort of a follower of male fashion. That's why I like the Lettuce team.
You've got a black shirt on yourself, Paul.
Yeah, they've got about 7 uniforms, I think.
Yeah,
so
they're like the old Pirates of the 70s. We Are Family. They got like 19 different combinations.
I thought that was California Gold.
Them too.
Fly ball deep. Left fielder having problems, regains himself. Frank Mione's got it right there. Or I should say Joe Dooley's got it. as Tommy Duddleson takes second on the long fly out from Bobby Lopez.
I'll tell you what, he could have fallen, could have stumbled. That's 2 runs. And I predicted 2, 3, or 4 runs this Sunday. There's 1 out. Man on second base, it's still going to happen, Steve. You don't give this team 3 up, 3 down, or get them out with no shutouts too often.
Here's Frank Mastari, 1 for 1, singled and scored in the second.
Frankie Mastari.
Up the middle, short center fielder's got it. He'll go to first, retiring Mastari. Duddleson going to third.
I'll tell you what, Paul, the game really moves at the 1-1 count, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
And, you know, you got a 1-1 count. These batters, they don't take more than 1 pitch, and if they take 1 pitch with the way these pitchers are, they're crazy.
Hey, Paul, you know, if there is a baseball strike, this game could be the solid gold element here in Chicago, huh?
Yeah, attendance could triple.
Nice play by the shortstop, Richie Villa.
Won't be the first time I'm wrong.
Wilkins. Beyondic's retired, as is the Lettuce team in the 4th. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 5-2 game. Rich Melman's team down 3. It's 5-2, primetime leading. 4 years ago, Rich Melman put together a team. His first year, he went 80-15.
And you know what? He's 10 for 16 this year. He's had 16 at bats, so he's hitting about a 625 clip. We're also here with Paul Galloway, the Chicago Tribune, the 1-1 count. So we got to be ready to roll, boys.
Paul, you ever play the game yourself?
Yeah, I did. When I moved to town from Oklahoma, where we used gloves, of all things, and yeah, I had a lot of physical damage.
Is that right?
To the hands. And
See, I've had mental damage from the game of softball over the last 25 years. Between the games and then afterwards and the injuries and everything else, you get mentally deranged after you play for so long, Paul. But these are this game here is the best that the game has to offer right now. And you came tonight on a great ball game. Lettuce versus Primetime.
We're at the bottom of the 4th. This is Kurt Udall right here. Doubled his first time up.
Kurt Udall hit the ball on the nose last time.
Just a shot. And he hits a shot this time. Mastari deep in the hole, throws his man out. Great play, one of the best plays you'll see in softball.
Well, that's why he's the best at the position. And let us not overlook that the first baseman took a ball, Bobby Russ, below his waist.
Good shot again by Udall.
Mastari looks the ball in, gets rid of it quickly. But look at this play by the first baseman. That is not an easy play around the knees. Bobby Russ with hands of glue at first base.
Great hands, some of the best hands anywhere in 16-inch softball. Paul Brzezinski, actually, this is Wally
Filkins. This guy's 11-time All-American. He's had 17 straight hits in 1 tournament. He's a legend of the game. He was the captain of the Whips Ball Club, the championship ball clubs. I mean, 17 straight hits in 1 tournament? I'll tell you what, he should have gone to Vegas that weekend after he left. Screaming.
Dapper. He's got 1 and more. Probably end up at 3rd if he doesn't go home. Mike, is he going to come home?
No, he's not going to come home because he's
here. He comes.
And he should have never.
Oh, big! Devastating blow at the plate.
That should never happen. First of all, there's a slide rule in 16-inch softball. He would have been automatically out as it is. But that is going to escalate the rivalry between these 2 ball clubs. That was, in my opinion, a cheap shot. He knows he's out. He should have slid. Wally Filkins, for all the class that he has exhibited throughout the years, threw a cheap shot there. The guy had the ball waiting. You slide, you try to evade it.
Can't wait to see this one again.
Now, he should have stayed at 3rd to begin with. He's not as slim and trim as he used to be. The guy looks like he eats an extra large pizza every night to begin with.
Almost hit the right fielder in the other game.
Lopez makes a nice play, gets it to Mastari. Mastari throwing it in. Now watch this.
What a great throw.
Watch this. This is cheap. This is a cheap shot. If you ain't going to slide, just let the guy tag you. Stop.
Cooper knew he was coming, though.
Cooper knew he was coming, but Cooper also knows that there's a slide rule.
What a tank coming at you, huh? But Cooper's pretty big himself.
Well, he could have been hurt, but there's a rivalry between these 2 ball clubs, between these 2 players. In my opinion, cheap shot by Wally Filkins.
Name a better beer drinking sport. You crack open an Old Style, pitcher steps off the mound, you take a sip. Batter steps out of the box, another sip. The manager comes out of the dugout to talk to the pitcher, sip. Umpire comes out to talk to the manager. See what I'm saying? There's a rhythm to it. You got any food? Why bother?
6 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 1 man left.
Now, Jack, when you see Mother, be sure not to call her
Wally from Wheaton.
Walter, you're on the score.
Yeah, Murph, that last caller, he said Mark Grace was the best first baseman in town. Has he ever heard of Frank Thomas? Come on.
The Score, Sports Radio 820.
Hey, it's a Chicago thing. I love the wild card, Boris. I love anything that makes baseball a little bit more like hockey. McNeil, you play 162 games to find out the Florida Fish Sticks and the Twinkies aren't going to be the world champs? Stop it, you're making me hungry.
The Score, Sports Radio 820.
Hey, it's a Chicago thing.
Park District Fields, Forest Park, Illinois. Steve Kashul, Mike North, Tim Sutton, our producer-director, along with Paul Galloway joining us in the last play of the last inning, Michael.
And George Bliss tries to say the guy's up the line, okay? The guy's up the line, but he's been holding the ball. The guy's got 5 feet to go, okay? So he's saying it's a clear thing. Our statistician, George Bliss, that's a nifty call. I just talked to the umpire, Rusty Carlson. He said he would have been called.
Frank Mione singles among all the interesting play out here.
You don't wake up this Lettuce Ball Club. That is the thing that's going to ignite this team.
Yeah,
look at the look on Frank Mione's face. You talk about determination. They don't have that in the first 3 innings or 4 innings of the game. They need something like that to wake them up.
He's got that Steven Seagal look.
And this guy's got the Quasimodo look. That's my buddy Egg Zarnik.
Mione 2 for 2. Davey Rule bounces out to the double play. The defense will come through again for prime time.
Egg Zarnik just invites you to do that. Why hitters continuously try to do that is beyond me. Zarnik backing up, Rule with a nice play. Zarnik right there leads the short center perfectly. Automatic 2.
Here's Davey Bischoff now, the pitcher, lined out to the shortstop. It was a good shot, but he's 0 for 1. This time he did a little dump. He's got his base hit.
That was a nice play. That's not a tomahawk. It's sort of like a dumped hit. Dumped it right over the third baseman's head into left field.
Let's bring in Paul Galloway again. Paul, what did you think of that devastating collision at home plate?
Well, if that's an automatic out, isn't there any kind of a penalty for unnecessary roughness 15 yards?
No,
really.
But I'll say
nobody gets tossed.
They say he was up the line, but I've seen catchers up the line. The guy was, first of all, out of the baseline.
Bobby Russ dumping it in also.
I'll say this time and time again. Why Bobby Russ is batting number 11 on lettuce is beyond me. I think I'm going to go have a meal with Rich Melman in one of his restaurants and talk to him.
You know, Mike, I saw one of the earlier lettuce games. Our good friend Johnny Stanko took the game on a Friday night, and Bobby was having problems flying out too much. I think they might have put him at the end of the order and start hitting shots.
Well, I look at the lineup. There's about 6, 7 guys hitting below him. He's hitting 536.
Yeah.
The guy's going to come out of it. He's just too good a hitter, as you've seen tonight.
Well, here's a great hitter right here, Johnny Kelleher.
This is my guy. This guy's a partying maniac, Johnny Kelleher.
Grounded to short in the first, singled in the third. We're in the top of the 5th inning. It's a 5-2 game.
Egg Zarnik, you do not give Egg Zarnik a lot of runs, and they've given him 5 runs to work with. Egg's the best there is.
2 on, 2 outs here.
That's the first time we've seen 2 pitches.
Teddy McManigal in the pinch run right now at second base.
Okay, Teddy's in.
For
good
Dave
ball player.
Bischoff.
Which means that Tommy Horn will probably be pitching the next inning, or he could be just one of these deals where it could be a courtesy runner. We'll find out. A courtesy runner in softball means you can have a guy run for you, but the guy can still play.
Johnny Kelleher up the middle. 1 run will score as McManigal comes around. Russ will go to third, and Johnny Kelleher, who said his best moment in 6-inning softball was meeting Rich Melman and Joey Z.
Boy, oh boy, he hasn't had many great moments, has he?
He has, but that's an interesting comment.
Here it is, the best hitter, one of the best hitters in the game, finds the hole between eggs. Now, if he hits it wrong, the ball goes right back to eggs. It's either feast or famine when you hit the ball back to eggs, aren't it?
And it's been famine for lettuce, although they're trying to knock on the board again. Ground ball to third. Billy Finnegan has no problems retiring Mike Lopez.
Third baseman's best friend, the one hopper, the chopper.
You got it. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Prime time leading 5-3.
We'd like to thank Paul Galloway from the Tribune for coming by tonight. Paul, hope you enjoyed yourself.
Thanks very much, Mike and Steve. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thanks
a
a
lot
lot.
to you.
Paul Galloway.
You do that pretty well. You do that on the radio, huh? Get guests in and out of there?
Oh, yeah, all the time. We get them on the phone mostly. But when they come in, look at Egg Zarnik.
Oh.
He's a handsome man. He's got 3 chins like your standard softball pitcher. He's an insurance broker. His age is unknown, but he's in his early 40s.
Tries to go for the fences, even though there aren't any fences. But Mike Lopez has no problem bringing that one in. We're at the bottom of the 5th. It's a 5-3 game. And, Mike, we've talked the last 2 weeks during our old-style 16-inch league right here. 2 runs is nothing.
2 runs is nothing, but with Egg Zarnik pitching, a guy who's been an All-American, guy who's been All-World, 2 runs is something. It depends who the pitcher is, and Egg Zarnik is the best. You see what's happened tonight. He gets them with men on first base for some reason, hit the ball right back to him.
Here's Mark Forgetto.
I know Mark real well. Mark's a good ball player. Mark's excellent short center fielder, plays a lot of different positions.
Tries to dump. Frankie Mastari has no problem. Well, he was going, and that ball was just off the bat.
And I got to say this, Dave Bischoff has really found himself now. A lot of pitchers would get rattled with what's happened, but he knows he's got a good ball club behind him. He knows that this team can hit, and he knows that this team can field. He's just laying it in now and hoping that his defense can do the job.
And here's Rich Villa. Now, we asked him his favorite hobby. He says displaying state-of-the-art headbands.
As he's got tonight.
You got it.
I gave him that one. I wore that too. The broadcast, and I said, you know, you can wear it. I wear headbands all the time.
Played baseball at Lewis University. Reached on an error.
As did Randy Russ.
Second.
How do you like this one-on-one count, Steve?
I like it. It moves.
It moves, and we got to move.
I'm trying to keep up.
I'm telling you, you're doing a great job. Tim Sutton, our producer, doing an excellent job tonight.
As are the camera guys.
He owes me money, that's why I'm saying that.
Line shot, base hit right there for Richie Villa. And we'll go back to the top of the order.
There's a guy hitting around the 380 mark going into the game, and I guess he's been on the bases 2 times already, huh?
Yeah.
When you get your 300 hitters on base twice, now Richie Villa is one of the better defensive players in the game. What he can give you at the plate is unbelievable. If he can get you a couple hits, great.
Here's Randy Russ.
Now, he bats 11 for this team, and Bobby Russ bats 11 for Lettuce, and Bobby Russ is the much dominant hitter. That tells you how strong Lettuce is.
Well, Randy's leading off tonight. He's a village employer, actually works with his dad in Bellwood. 2 outs, 1 out here for prime time, trying to add to their 5-3 lead. There's a base hit for Russ as Villa goes to third, and Joe Dooley will come up trying to increase prime time's lead.
Randy Russ, best young player in the game, showing you why. Villa automatically, with the speed, takes it all the way to third base. You see both these teams take advantage of the extra base.
I want to remind everyone these games being played at Forest Park are on Thursdays. This league also goes on Clyde Park on Fridays. And of course, telecast every Sunday night on Sports Channel in prime time at 8 o'clock.
Did I tell you Mike Ditka? I saw Mike Ditka score golf outing, Paxson, Robin Earl. You know what they say to me? And by the way,
you see
this gentleman's a printer. No, Joe Dooley wasn't there.
Joe Dooley shot. Oh, Frank Mione can't come up with it. 2 more runs will score, folks. It's a 7-3 game on the shot by Joe Dooley.
Valiant effort by Mione, but Mione's got the bad hand. You can see it taped up, and he ends up dropping the ball. It would have been a hell of a play to come up with. There he is, Max Cady Jr. Now watch this.
Max Cady Jr.
Should have this ball. For some reason, this left fielder and the center fielder are overrunning the ball tonight. If he wanted, he should have slid and come up with.
You saying error?
No, I'm not saying error on that.
It was a hard shot.
It was a hard shot, but he comes up with those balls. Mike Ditka saw this telecast. John Paxson saw it. Robin Earl, a bunch of people to score golf outing were telling me.
Did Robin have his Joey Coolers with him?
Oh, the guy's nuts.
Billy Finnegan flies deep to Matt Biondic. But more damage was done for prime time in the bottom of the 5th there. They come up with 2 runs on 3 base hits. They've increased their lead to 4.
The new Clincher Gold Series teams the latest technology with a 105-year tradition for a new standard of performance. Only the new Clincher Gold bat features carefully engineered balance points for more bat speed with control. Our new unique end plug system, plus an oversized hitting surface for more power and distance. The new Clincher Series, it's pure gold.
Here are 3 premium flat latex wall paints and new Everclean, only from Sherwin-Williams, a paint that really holds up against stains. We'll take tough stains like grease, red wine, tea, grape juice, coffee, mustard, and let them set overnight. Everclean is a flat latex wall paint with a non-porous finish, so it cleans off easily. Stains don't stand a chance with new Everclean. Sherwin-Williams.
moving to the top of the 6th. Lettuce now down 4, 7-3. Kenny Cooper goes to one of his favorite players, the man he got that big collision with right there, the first baseman.
2 ex-teammates, and
Wally
that's what an
Filkins.
ex-teammate likes to see. Wally Filkins getting a ground ball from Kenny Cooper. Kenny Cooper cannot beat that baby out. He hit the ball to the wrong spot, and he kept it in front of him. Like I was saying, we're on 3 times a week. If you don't catch our primetime telecast at 8 o'clock on Sunday nights, you can catch us on Saturdays, and there's another day of the week, which I'm not sure of right now.
I think it's Monday about 11 a.m.
Check your local listings. Or call Jim Corno or John Tui at Sports Channel or Kelly Sullivan. They'll be glad to break up their day to tell all you people exactly what time we're on.
Tommy Duddleson, 2 for 2. Make it 3 for 3. No!
Ooh.
Larry Downs is there again. That kid is fast.
He's fast, but the ball also hung up. I thought the ball was going to drop in as you did, Steve. But it ended up being a pretty easy play.
I want to thank some of our sponsors, of course, Finlandia Vodka.
Good vodka.
Chicago Sun-Times.
Good
The
paper.
Score. Sports Radio 820, a good radio station.
Great radio station.
And, of course, Old Style Beer.
The best beer in town. I could use a beer, to be honest with you. Can we send one up here, please?
Bobby Lopez. Whoa, Joe Dooley making a gallant effort, but give Lopez a double on the play.
Dooley trying to come up with it.
I wonder what Lettuce's mindset here is right now.
Well, after they
Michael.
got beat 14-4 last night, Steve,
Yeah.
and you got the best pitcher in softball right now.
And you're down 7-3 late in the game.
4 runs against Ake Zarnik is like being down 8 runs against somebody else.
Yeah, but you know Lettuce has come back.
Many times
in 4 years.
And Frankie Mysteri's one of the guys that can do it. Oh, here's the beer. Thank you. Old Style, king of beers.
Frankie Mastari, 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 2nd. Grounded out to the short center field. At the shortstop
What
will
a
get this
play.
one off. Eggs through Wally Filkins. Run will score. Give a single to Mastari.
Look at, Ake Zarnik makes the play. If he doesn't stop that play, it goes through.
Sure.
Now, a first baseman has a tough play in that situation. That's what I was talking about Bobby Russ before.
Very unusual play right here. Off of Eggs.
Boom. Now, right there, he slows it up. Otherwise, it would have gone through the short center and shortstop. And he can't quite hold on to it. Cannot quite hold on to it.
Richie Villa is now the hitter. 1 in, 2 outs, 1 on right here.
Matty Biondic, the hitter right now.
I'm sorry, Matt Biondic. Here's Matt Biondic.
No relation to Dick Biondic, who is, of course, the disc jockey, or Matt Biondic,
Biondi.
the swimmer.
Is that
I'm
Biondi?
sorry. Is it Biondi for both? My
Or is it
mistake.
Biondic? I don't know. We're all screwed up now.
No, we're not. I did that on purpose. I thought you'd fall for the bait, Cash.
Biondic, 1 for 2, doubled in the second.
And have attitude, as Norm Van Leer would say. He's from the West Side. He's an analyst. He's 33
what do you
years
do
of
as
age.
being an analyst? Frankie Mastari trying to steal second, but it's ball 4. What do you do as an analyst, Mike?
The same thing I'm doing right now. Just say everybody's screwing up or everybody's doing good and just hope for the best.
All right, so Biondic walks in our first walk of the game. Don't
Bad
forget,
mistake.
1-1 count.
You do not give in to Lettuce.
It's a 7-4 game. Frank Mione up the middle. Egg Zarnik is there again. Settles and throws. He's got his man, but it was close.
Third time tonight, men on first or men on first and second. Third time, Ake Zarnik gets him to hit right up the middle. You can't do that. He had to go to the right side or try to hit the ball into the outfield. What is he doing here?
What a shot by Mione, though.
But what's he doing? See the hole, how it's opened up there?
Yeah.
It's tantalizing, but they don't know they have the best defensive pitcher in the game.
It's what? Tantalizing?
Tantalizing.
Explain that one.
Well, I mean, it's so wide open. The hole is there, and when there's a hole wide open, you go for it, and sometimes you get rebuffed.
It's a tantalizing lead, 7-4. Bottom of the 6th we go. The team batting is up 7-4. That's Old Style prime time. Putting it on Lettuce once again. It's the 5th time they've played this season. So far, prime time has won 3 of them.
Lettuce looks bored now. I mean, they got so many great players. They won the National last 2 years. They need some impetus. I saw in the dictionary today, impetus.
That's a good word from Mike. If I tell you, ground ball, second baseman has no problem. Bobby Lopez retires John O'Connor, who was 2 for 2, including that big 3-run homer, which really almost put the game out of reach in the first.
Exactly. Old Style primetime has had the better of Lettuce the last couple years of regular season play, but it just seems like Lettuce waits for the playoffs, waits for the tournaments, waits for the world. But this year, Primetime's won 2-3 tournaments. So, I mean, this is no fluke ball club. They've added some players. They got a great, great manager in Bobby Russ Sr. This guy's a leader. He's one of the best 16-inch hitters of all time.
Richie Melman, I talked to him before the game. He said, we're just in a slump. It's going to happen mid-season right here. We're almost bored with the game, as you said, Mike. You wondered if they were bored with the game. Rich says maybe we're a little bored right now.
I think they are a little bored, but I'm not going to buy they're in a slump as far as
but he keeps
playing
smiling.
This team's concerned. This team's a good ball club.
Yeah, they play so many games.
I mean, if they're losing to other teams in the league, then I'm saying it's a slump. They're losing to this ball club. Maybe this club's better at this stage. But once they get into the playoffs, things happen. Look at Melman.
He says
he's wondering how his 364 restaurants are doing right now. One of the Friars has broken down the restaurant in Tokyo.
He does have great attention to detail, but he says softball is his passion.
He doesn't know whether he wants to get rid of the one busboy in the Georgia restaurant.
But I love this line. Rich Melman says, I defy anyone to put on a uniform, put a little gum in your mouth, and not feel like a kid.
He's absolutely right. And you know the thing is, he loves his restaurants, okay? But he's passionate about softball.
Oh, yeah. Very much so. Richie Melman put together.
He went to Kelvin Park High School. He's a public leaguer. Looking a little older. I think he's got to start hanging out with me a little more. He's not hanging out with the right people, apparently.
And he's got some of the best behind him.
How can you have gray hair when you're worth about $500 million?
He brought in pitcher Eddie Zollner, 64 years old. The guy was pitched in over 4,000 games.
And
also,
I saw Mike Tallow out here tonight. These are two great pitchers, and I wish softball would have been televised 30 years ago because these guys deserve to be on.
As we look at Kurt Udall right there, right to the second baseman,
now see,
Bobby Lopez.
Kurt, they say, is a truck driver. To me, when I first saw him, he had lawyer written all over his face. Of course he's a truck driver for crying out loud.
What else could he do? As I was talking about Rich Melman, he also brought in Jake Jacoby, a living softball legend from the old Bobcat team, as was Eddie Zollner.
He only won about 90 championships, Jake Jacoby. He's great. He's got the ponytail now. He's in a midlife crisis.
Hit .910 one year. Unbelievable.
Hit .910, and he had a couple of tough outs.
Yeah, including 32 hits in a row.
32 hits in a row. That should be declared ineligible.
Amazing. Bobby Russ fielding this one. Can he throw it out? He gets his man as he retires Paul Brzezinski.
No sign of panic there.
Bischoff.
Bobby Russ wanted to make the play himself, but you notice he didn't hop on the ball. He just took his time and got it over.
No runs, one hit. We'll move to the top of the seventh. It's still a 7-4 game.
Of course, she still wants to be friends. She tears the heart out of my chest, but she still wants to be friends. Would you want to be friends with somebody who tears the heart out of your chest? No. That's not a good basis of a friendship, is it? And she lies to herself, yeah? Because she's still physically attracted to me.
Old style.
Uh-huh.
Fully croissant.
We know.
Come on, let me introduce you to Joan of Arc.
Which one's Joan of Arc?
She's the one with the steak tied to her back.
That's Joan of Arc? I thought that was a big corn dog.
Time once again for the Joe Rizzo Automotive Group Sports Channel Report Update. I'm Jim Blaney. The White Sox 4-game winning streak came to a screeching halt Sunday afternoon at Comiskey Park. The Brewers roughed up Wilson Alvarez, scoring 6 runs off the Sox lefty in Milwaukee's 9-2 win. Kevin Seitzer hit his 5th homer of the year. Alvarez falls to 9-4. The good news for the Sox, Frank Thomas will start in the All-Star game at first for the American League. Wilson Alvarez and Jason Beret named as the pitching staff members.
When you buy a new car, you can depend on a new car warranty, but when you buy a used car, the only thing you can depend on is the reputation of the dealer who sold you the vehicle. That's why more people buy their used cars from the Joe Rizzo Auto Group than any other auto group in the country. For pre-driven sports cars, luxury cars, family cars, economy cars, trucks, vans, or 4x4s, visit the Joe Rizzo Auto Group, including Joe Rizzo Ford, 22nd and Harlem and North Riverside.
The Old Style Super 16-inch softball league is sponsored in part by Old Style Beer. By The Score, Sports Radio 820, your sports radio champion. By De Beer, the makers of the new Clincher Gold Series. By the Chicago Sun-Times, the smart choice. And by Finlandia Vodka. Here we go, top 7, Lettuce's last chance. Davey Rule to short center. No problem there for Mark Frighetto, and there's 1 out in the inning.
Davey Rule struggling at the plate tonight. not doing what I thought. And by the way, I'd like to
piece of bad news in the old-style Super 16-inch league. A real tragedy,
Jimmy
Michael.
Kutnick, who I played with last year at the Hamlin the O'Connor tournament, was killed in a tragic accident. He's from the inmates. His funeral is Friday, and I'll tell you what, I just cannot believe the guy's passed away. I really can't. He's 31 years old.
Well, we're taping this on Thursday, so the funeral's tomorrow.
And this
of course, it'll be seen on Sunday.
Timmy McManimal just pitched hit, flied out to left field, and Lettuce is going down, it looks like, without more than a whimper. I am very, very surprised at this ball game right now, and it just seems like Egg Zarnik, as he has done with so many people, has really climbed into it. We'd also like to acknowledge Paul Platnick, the old-style brand manager who's here tonight. Paul Platnick. Paul had a hat on with about a $1,500 suit. Had an old-style hat on.
Bobby Russ, nice little shot.
There's your 11 hitter. Now, you're trying to explain to me earlier.
Three for three today.
Explain to me earlier why this guy's batting 11th. What was your explanation again?
I thought he was popping up a little, you know, earlier in the season, and he was looking to maybe get back.
You know what he's saying there? Why am I batting 11th? I just read his lips.
All right. We'll ask Rich Melman after the game why.
Well, I'd like to ask Rich
But
Melman.
an 11 man right there is there for a reason.
But an 11th man does not bat as much as the first, second, third, or fourth man, Steve.
Yeah, oh, obviously.
Come on, again! Come on.
Johnny Keller right here trying to keep things going. 2 outs, 1 on. Now a 1-2 count, because of course we start with 1-1. It's a 7-4 game here, top 7, prime time.
We'll see what they're made of
another
right
win
now. We'll see what they're made of right now. They've come back from something like this before. They're 4 runs down, man on first, 2 outs. Wouldn't it be something they came back from this?
Oh, I'd love it. It'd be
That's why they're the champions. They've been known to do stuff like this, but Egg Zarnik's too tough.
Love to see an exciting game. They play almost 100 games a year, so you see them come back.
I'll tell you, these guys play more than that. They play in other tournaments, other teams. I played 125. I played more games than Bill Buckner one year, and I made $12.95, and I got a beer out of it.
Perfect.
Full count, 3-2.
That looked like a good pitch, but the man's
now.
reputation speaks like Frank Thomas.
Who, Billy Buckner?
No,
Johnny
this
Keller.
guy here of softball.
Ground ball, Egg Zarnik. How many times we've seen it? It's almost fitting that Zarnik retires the final man of the game.
He's my MVP of the game tonight 4 times. An experienced ball club goes right back to the pitcher. They showed that hole between the shortstop and the short center. Couldn't get it done.
Okay, so Lettuce goes 4 up, 3 down in the inning. And our final score, prime time 7, Lettuce 4. Special thanks to Dave Novak from Forest Park, Rusty Carlson from Cicero, Tom O'Neill from the ASA, Bob Campbell from De Beer, Rich Melman, Joey Z, that's Joey Zimberoff, a softball hotline, 708-769-1210.
And our buddy, of course, we had George Bliss. You can call the softball hotline. He was our analyst tonight. And also George Commonwealth down spotting things out for the people, for our buddy George Bliss, the pinch hitters and everything else.
A reminder, next Sunday, Sport Channel's coverage of the Super 16 Game of the Week will feature the special Export B athletes against the old-style light traffic. Game time every Sunday night on Sports Channel, 8 o'clock. Tonight's old-style Super 16-inch softball game has been produced and directed by Tim Sutton. Our chief statistician is George Bliss. The coordinating producers from Shoreline are Dan Emery and Kathleen O'Leary.
Kathleen O'Flaherty.
The executive producers, David Hines and John Tui.
Johnny Tunney.
I love it. Remote facilities provided by Trio Video of Chicago. From up north, I'm Steve Kashul saying so long for now. Once again, the winner of tonight's old-style Super 16-inch softball game, prime time over Lettuce, 7-4. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of Sports Channel and the Shoreline Group. See you next week.
Minor League Madness.